But I felt like it was there just to, not for its own sake, but to stoke conflict between Toph and Katara, and to like provoke a conversation about, which we'll get to later, about like Toph's family and Katara's like sort of domineeringness.
Yeah, well, I think that's actually like the next
the
point.
next part, actually.
Because Katara, Toph is like, we don't have any parents to kind of control us, and Katara goes full psychoanalyst on Toph.
She totally does, dude. She goes there.
Like,
Well, I mean, she she put it out there, Toph herself. She's like, we don't have parents to tell us what to do. It's just like, we don't have people bossing us. Like, you should be enjoying yourself. And then that's when it kind of clicks for Katara.
Katara went from like, oh, you don't like having parents, to you feel guilty for leaving your parents, and that you are hurt and sad that they're not here anymore. And I'm like, wait, I mean, I feel like that's a logical point to get to, but in a few more questions.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, in all honesty, I mean, it seems like she's been trying to figure this out for a while. Like I mentioned, since the very beginning, when they first started traveling together, there was conflict.
Right.
Where it's just like, oh, we share the responsibilities within our group. And Toph didn't understand that. And Toph's like, I'm taking care of myself. Like, everything is fine. So there's always been that conflict. And then it could have been possible that Katara this entire time has been trying to figure out, like, why does she act this way? Especially this first part of that episode was over like a day or two.
Yeah.
So for her, she most likely was like, why is she acting this way? Or why does she feel like she has to act out so often? And then now it's kind of just like, instead of asking those multiple questions, which would have been helpful, she's like, okay, now I understand. I know everything.
Her tone suggests that.
Yeah.
She sounds like Sherlock Holmes-y.
Yeah.
You feel guilty.
Yeah.
like it's something she's been stewing over.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I think that, I don't know, what my notes are actually kind of all over the place, because I feel like the next part that I want to talk about is Toph and Sokka talking.
Yeah. The only thing before that, I believe,
Hockey
was
pooping on Sokka's arm.
It was him buying hockey and then sending the notes back and forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. This is what I'm. Okay. I know. Was it the last episode or in Sokka's Master? I talked about how Sokka is definitely the leader of the group. That even though it's kind of Aang's mission and Aang's destiny, it's definitely like not Aang's group. It's definitely Sokka's group, and Sokka's the clear-cut leader. Aang was super little brother in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, almost, I got like a SpongeBob and Patrick vibe during that moment in the episode where they're sending notes back and forth with hockey, where Patrick will say something completely idiotic, which Sokka did, and then SpongeBob is like, Patrick, that's a great idea. Let's do it right now. It's like, oh man, Nickelodeon.
But yeah, it was just definitely idiotic idea at first. It was very comic relief, but I enjoyed it. It's just like passing the note. It's just like, she's blind. What do you like? You did not think this through whatsoever. I feel like he was just really excited.
I can't believe we forgot that Toph can't write.
Yeah, maybe we should send a letter to Toph. No, I think we'll run us into a similar problem with that situation as well. Oh, and then
at that point, he was just excited to be able to use his bird. So
and all of the gags in this episode, I think, man, I love the Toph blind gags. Like when they show her a piece of paper and she's like, I cannot see what is on this paper. What do you not understand about this? It's I don't know. It's just so, it's always funny. It's never not funny when they bring Toph's blindness into the kind of the comedic spotlight.
I just really enjoy it because how funny it is, but also it's just like how often we forget that she's blind. I mean, like it's such a just passive thought in our heads that she's blind. But looking through these episodes, these last couple episodes, I enjoy it because of the way they portray her as a blind person, and that it's like true to it. Like even though she technically can see because of earthbending, she knows where everything is, and she's even being able to express like, I can see like that anthill like all the way across the lawn or something. So she can sense everything around her. But even though that's true, like she'll still be looking out in the distance as like people are talking to her, or she won't like be making like face-to-face contact with people. So I think that's such a little niche that they like added in there, and I think that's so cool.
It's always like a small little attention to detail. Like no matter what scene she's in, she's never looking directly at a person when they're talking to her.